I think we got a good question.
Starting off with the banger.
I think so. On you, Captain.
Mm-hmm. Loading up on my side. Damn. Hello, Titan. Do macros matter more than calories in cutting phase for a beginner bodybuilder with average genetics?
I'm going to need help on that.
I need a little help too.
I don't understand. What do you differentiate? What's the differentiation of what he's saying with calories compared to macros? Macros is the breakdown of calories that you're taking in.
Right. So the only way I could
Macros is just like the cool new word to say it.
the only way I could decipher this is saying, hey Mike, what's more important? 3,000 calories or 3,000 calories, but the protein is this, the carbs are this, and the fat is this.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I think that's what it would mean.
Oh, that would make sense.
The question is it's stated in a very odd way though.
If that's what you mean,
you let me know.
Yeah, let me know. But I could break down that statement is that it's what you're eating and not the amount that you're eating to make sure that the quality is right. So I would love to eat 5,000 calories as I'm dieting.
That'd be sick.
It'd be awesome, right? It'd be great. And it'd also be awesome that 5,000 calories be a lot of carbohydrates. But at the end of the day, if I'm dieting down, and that's the important time, right? That calories have to be a somewhat of where you were off season, right? That's your start of your cut. I wouldn't go from 5,000 down to, is that him?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah. Guys, I'm going to have to start this back up.
We'll be back.
Leave it going.
Yeah.
Leave it going.
Chat,
I'll be
we'll
right
be back.
back. All right, we're back, guys. Throw that question.
Yeah, let me
back
pull
up.
that question up. Again, chat, if you can decipher this one as well.
Do you think he commented again since then?
I don't see it unless it's
Okay.
like not loading on mine. It's funny. You know, I wasn't in the chat before that question got pulled up, so it's only on your side.
Oh, I got you. That's not the same one. Ooh, we got some questions on here, guys. 2 seconds.
Yeah. Hey, here we go. All right, I'm going to repeat this one for you guys that just popped in. Hello, Titan. Do macros matter more than calories in the cutting phase for a beginner bodybuilder with average genetics?
First thing, you don't know if you have average genetics.
Ooh.
You don't find out genetics until after the fact. It's kind of a cool thing about genetics. You find out later on, not before. Second thing is, calories or macros. It's most important to understand where you're coming from off season as you start to slice and dice. And then it would be the continuous removal of the right calories. So I don't know how you want to take that when it comes to your point of view on calories versus macros. Right? So again, Jeff earlier kind of pointed out that this could be a terminology of as long as your calories are where they're supposed to be, it doesn't matter if macros or where your macros are. Yeah, so best I can answer is I would just say make sure that you are coming off that off season and you start the diet at somewhat the same calories, but just maybe clean up the food. And then at that point, you try to remove the carbohydrates. Fats first. I would go old school. Fats first, and then start removing the carbohydrates as you go down and try to keep those proteins as high as you can, as long as you can. Try to keep the carbs in, but you're going to have to, as you continue to slice and dice, remove them so you can keep keeping ahead of the body. And that's the one thing as you're dieting down. You got to keep ahead of the plateaus. So hopefully that helped you out, kiddo.
Here we go. Hey, Mike, when you're going to an event or a party or whatever, do you flush out sodium? And how many days prior and what milligrams of sodium?
I do if it's an important one. And it's, I usually do a dry out before like a movie or a photo shoot or an appearance. So yeah, great question on that. I do. I don't flush out the sodium so much as I'm not taking any extra in. And then I'm also changing up the nutrition to where, there's cleaner. It's usually like fish or tuna at that point compared to the steak. So that might help you out a bit. But yeah, definitely do it. And days before a dry out usually is a week. Usually a week, and we have a new dry out is that up yet?
No.
Okay, we got a new dry out that will be done before New Year's for you guys. A new update for the dry out for you guys that love doing that before shoots. How's everybody doing? Everybody ready for the holiday season? We got Christmas in a week. Go for another one.
Mike, I saw that you did a Guinness Book of World Records for running through the most consecutive panels of glass. Looked like a lot of fun. How did you train for that? Were you heavier than now? Really cool stuff.
Thank you. I did that. I think a combined 5 or 6 times. Set 3 world records with that. But then I also got to do it against one of the guys that was continuously coming in, breaking my world record. I'd go break his, and so we finally got together on a TV show overseas. It was a blast. Did I train for it? I didn't really train for it, except I had one opportunity, because as you saw this, and if anybody hasn't seen this, it's pretty wild. I had one opportunity by Guinness World Records or the TV show that first called out to me which was the TV show Guinness World Records. And they said, hey, we would like you to attempt this Guinness World Record that no American has had. And they thought, well, nobody better to do this than American Gladiator Titan. And so I took him up on it. And so we got to go to a junkyard. It wasn't a junkyard. It was a car junkyard. I don't know what that would be called.
It's a junkyard.
It's
right?
a junkyard. And so they set up maybe 5 of these things for me to break
Oh,
through.
nice. Little demo.
The little demo, because I had no clue. And
It's a
yeah,
liability test.
yeah, it really
That
was. It
was-
was like, can I do it? Here's the funny thing that nobody knows. I set the world record on the first attempt filmed in front of judges. That being said, the first time doing it, I failed big time. I failed huge. I thought it would be easy. And then when I smashed against the first one at this junkyard, a week before doing the show, man, I hit a wall. I hit this thing and I didn't realize the thickness and the density of it and how hard that is to break. And so, yeah, after a good hour of trying to run through these and break these things and all that stuff, I got like 3 of 5 on my first go at this world record. So when it came to show day, I was nervous. And then switching the head, like you guys know, sometimes you just got to say F it and just go with it. Changed my form the day of the filming, where they shut down the Staples Center here in Los Angeles, the huge Staples Center. They shut that whole thing down, the roads down, and had these. I think my first attempt was it was over 11 or 12, I think, at the time. And I smashed it, and I had to smash it within a certain amount of time. So, put the head down, changed my form, and said, I'm just going to use my noggin. And I smashed it and set the world record. So really didn't train for it. It was just my athletic background set me up to where I could do this. And then the mindset at the last stage was what actually allowed me to set the world record.
Mike, taller guy, quite slim, struggle to hold weight. Eating more seems to bloat me. Any tips for breaking through your genetic limitations?
Wow, we got a couple of these today.
Yeah.
One person said medium genetics, and again, you don't find out genetics till after. Again, you don't know what your genetic limitation is. I would say this, though. I know this isn't answering your question. I will answer it in 1 second. I'm just going to say to anybody here, you don't know your genetics. You don't know your genetic limit. You don't know what you're capable of. If you guys saw Flex Wheeler when he was doing martial arts as a young teen, you would never in your wildest dreams assume he would be, to me, the greatest bodybuilder ever to walk on stage. So again, it's from somebody who had no clue to the greatest in the billions of people that walk Earth. So stop putting limitations on that. It goes back to that Bruce Lee thing. You know, Bruce Lee has a beautiful quote. I'll let Jeff say it, but don't put limits on what you're capable of just because you see other people similar height and so on. Yeah. And again, now to your question, he's talking about he struggles holding weight because he bloats. Usually what I find, bloating is your body just not used to the calorie intake, or you're not taking enough water. That's what I find bloating usually comes from. So anytime a bodybuilder does a show, you would assume his body's working at 100%, right? Because he's sliced, he's huge, he's muscular, everything's working with him. And he's working out and he's doing cardio. And then these guys compete, and then they, weeks after, blow up like balloons. And so they're bloated. It's because their body's not used to those carbohydrates. Bye, buddy. Love you. It's because their bodies are not used to those carbohydrates because they took them so much away as they were dieting down for the last 12 weeks. And so that's just a metaphor for what you guys are doing. You're going into a calories and you're going into something more than your body's used to. So give it time. Give it time to kind of get over that hump, you know. That's what I would recommend you doing. And then also when you're doing that, make sure you're taking in the water. The water helps your body so much, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody here today, stop telling me that what your limits are on what you can possibly do.
Tips for staying disciplined.
The understanding that you got one life and the goals are on the other side of you staying disciplined. That's it. And you guys, just I'll continue that just for a second. You don't need to do that. If you want to clip it, that's it. But just for you guys out there, all that is, it's, I get discipline's the hardest thing, especially when it comes to being correct with nutrition and not cheating on your diet and eating the correct foods. I understand that's the hardest thing for a person. But it's just your appreciation of, hey, I can accomplish this down here if I just stay disciplined for this beginning stage, this year, this 2 years, this 3 years, whatever that is, to stay disciplined to whatever this goal is down here. And that's what's got to mean the most to you down here, right?
He doesn't have a job, does he?
He does have a job.
But
This man is, if there was a Kris Kringle, if there was a man out there bringing joy to the world.
Wow.
Yeah. I would say this guy right here is the guy that is jolly all the way.
He's always here.
Jingle all the way. This guy right here is sharing
He's sharing
his gifts to the world and making people happy. He's a giver. This guy's a giver.
As a guy with bigger glutes, would more hamstring size make my glutes look less pronounced?
Yeah, I would assume so, right? You got huge forearms, you got to make the arms even bigger. Yeah, but I'm interested in, I'm guessing you were an athlete of some sort, and you have an overdeveloped glutes to your hamstrings have lagged behind. Usually those two work together. Usually. So, but yeah, if you got a high glute, yeah, build those hamstrings. Billy's got some ridiculous hamstrings. It's great. And that's
Billy's nuts.
That's what I love about my legs on stage is my hamstrings are overdeveloped.
And he's tall.
He's a big drink of water, that boy.
Tall.
Yeah, get those hamstrings in play. This reminded me of something I stated earlier today, and it has nothing to do with this question, but it just made me think. Somebody trained with us today, and young 20-year-old kid, and the front looks great. Good arms, chest, abs, quads. And I said to him, I need you to start working your rear delts every shoulder workout. You do not press at the beginning. Now the press is at the very end of the workout. And the reason why is because you could see that he had two bodies. He had this front that looked great, and then his whole shoulder was tilted forward because there was like very little side and no rear delt. And the back was lagging, and the hamstrings was lagging, and the slouch. And so we got into the discussion, and the discussion is, and he says, well, I can see the front. So I really never thought about the back, or I just train it. And I go, well, you can't go into a gym and just go off of what you see to develop. In my point of view, if you're going to go in there and you want to be healthy, you train everything. And so you have to be able to see without looking. And so you got to be able to, at some point, take a look at your back. Is it developing along with your front? And we talk about this with Matt Wenning all the time. Matt really pushes it. I don't push it as much as Matt does, but he talks about if you're going to do some front, you got to coincide and do double on the back. Now, that's his opinion. Great. Love it. I think for health reasons, I agree with that. But as development reasons, you at least got to make sure that that back is going along with the front. Your rear delts should match your front delts. Your thickness and roundness of the back should match your chest. And reason why is this, is because when one side pulls more than the other, now you got ligament problems. It's not just a visual thing. It's a whole body mechanical thing. If your shoulders in the front are so developed and so pulling you forward, you just change the way you stand. And that's why I would say that. You guys make sure that you look at the backside as well. And to me and Matt Wenning and others, the backside is more important than the front side. Keeps you upright, keeps you healthy.
Have you ever done cable tricep pushdowns behind the back?
No. Absolutely not.
Us tall guys are really blessed when we have developed hamstrings. Yeah. Bobo is a good.
Says the 6'1", 6'2",
Yeah.
Bobo.
Uh-huh.
He's good height. It's above average. 5'9" is average. He's a tall one. He's meaty, all right, isn't he?
He is a thick boy.
He is a thick boy.
He's got some meat.
Happy holidays, everybody, and Merry Christmas. That number's getting up there, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. Hi there.
What is a beginner leg day for a little size but performance? Also, I prefer front squats.
I'm not understanding. For performance? So your athletic training? Athletic training, yeah, front squats are great. Partials. Do some Anderson squats, some Romanian deadlifts. But a beginner workout for anybody that's here, and an advanced workout, a basic beginner or advanced would be squats, leg press, leg extension, leg curls, single leg curls. There's your leg day. Hit some calves at the end of that. And then if you're doing performance, which is great, but I think also anybody outside, when you talk performance, I think front squats, bring those in. High bar squats. We've been doing slant board squats as of late. So all those kind of things. And then leg press, feet out, feet in, feet bottom, feet top. Change it up on all those things. Leg curls, get them meaty leg curls, some walking lunges. Mostly for performance. Keep those walking lunges in there.
How to handle injuries psychologically.
It's the hardest thing. Most people and most athletes always come back from injuries, but it's the mental that hurts them. Man, if there was a simple answer for that, everybody's so different, right? It's like one of those, how do you stay motivated questions? How do you stay disciplined questions? How do you mentally come back strong? Just know this, you have to come back. I guess that's, but see, I think all those things, I think you have to be disciplined. If you're not, especially in your youth, by the time you're an old cat, you're not going to be able to be disciplined. So I think you coming back from injury is just you going, I have to come back from this. Wallow, cry your ass off for the portion of when it happened and deal with it and come back and just go, okay, now it's time to start crushing it again.
About to ban Bobo from this chat if he keeps it up.
Bobo, you've been warned.
Are lifting shoes necessary?
Not necessary. I think they are great, though. I like them. And I use my squat shoes for pretty much all my workouts. I just like that solid base for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If I'm doing, I don't care if it's seated pull downs and you got the pads on your knees, I still like that comfort on the floor that it's solid. I don't like the sponge. Yeah. I love them. I love them.
Advice on eating more to get bigger. I feel I put on more fat, so it discourages me.
There's some great talks about that from the guys in the 70s and 80s. And they talk about, and it's great, you know, you can gain, if it's 5 pounds, you know, the 4 pounds of fat and the 1 pound of muscle, right? And they talk about that when you're off season. So you gained 20 pounds, but out of that 20 pounds, you got 4 or 5 pounds of muscle. Now, the great thing about that is, I know it sucks and it doesn't visually look good to you because now you're bulky. But gaining that muscle is the most important thing, and then retaining it, right? Because you can get rid of fat easy. It is hard to build muscle. And for anybody here that goes, well, I only want to build the muscle. Great, man. All the best to you. And I wish you the very, very best on building just muscle, no fat. I'm just glad I grew up in a time where there was off season. There was a bulking phase to where we got to put on that size. Is it cover shoot ready? No, not at all. Is it appealing for the masses? No. But I love that I have covers over here of when I first started in the early 90s, to where I'm on the cover bulked up, and I still got that cover. So I like it that old school going, hey, you can't always look pristine. And also always looking pristine isn't the healthiest. And you guys have heard this over and over again. So yeah, it's one of those things, my friend. I wish we could just gain muscle and not that fat. But just keep in mind that when you're working on the car and you're dirty and greasy and all that stuff, you get to get cleaned up and drive this nice car at the end of the day. And that's what, for me, metaphorically, what that 9 months off season, you know, you got some extra heaviness on you, but you put that muscle on. And now when you get to slice up, you get something nobody else gets. And that's a cool thing.
I was 245 obese, worked like hell to get my way to 161 lean with muscle, but now I feel I have more body dysmorphia than ever. Is this just wanting to better myself? What are your thoughts?
What do they say about that? They say, be happy, but not satisfied.
Stay hungry.
Yeah. So you're never going to be satisfied, but just be happy that you look good. You did something that so few people. First off, you're the 1%er. Yeah, believe it or not, just going from 245 to 160 and looking good, that's 1%. Few humans do this, and I don't know what the percentage. I think the percentage is over 50% now in America that are obese, not just fat, but obese. And the human race here in America is fatter than pigs. That's crazy to think. So you're the 1%. And yes, you're going to have, I guess everybody has body dysmorphia in some sense. I've won the universe 4 times. I do cover shoots. I have more magazine covers than any person except Arnold. And still, I'm not satisfied. And I know that I will never be satisfied. And that's okay, because I like trying to get better. And I think that's your approach, my friend. Like you even said it, you want to be better. Just keep working, and understand that you're that kind of guy that just won't be completely satisfied, and that's okay. I don't think you have to be. And I know so many people here will be just be happy with where it's like, happy, not satisfied. I don't think you have to be satisfied. Keep trying, thriving for more. Great job. Good. Glad to have you here, my friend.
Let me get this one. Mike, I'm never the type to overseason my food. However, can you give me a handful of foods that can make you hold a lot of water to look out for when doing the dry out?
Yeah, just do the dry out. That's what you need to do. Yeah, and then you common sense on what foods are sodium. And again, remember, you're flushing the water. And so I know a lot of guys, and I had Billy Gunn do a lot of steak compared to me doing tuna fish. on the dry out. And his body just releases that water. And so he looked great no matter. But just use common sense when it comes to this, or just do the dry out, my friend. And thank you for the donation for the dog charity.
I did a lot of only stretching range of motions for my pecs, and now my inner chest seems to lag. How do I fix that?
Check out my YouTube today.
Yeah, there's a couple up today.
Yeah, and we'll also let's put the post in a reel.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I can combine that.
And combine that.
Uh-huh.
And take a look on what I did to do the full chest, the whole chest as a unit, especially the outside and inside. You'll see some of the exercise in the change of position. This is going to help you.
Tips or cues for flexing and posing the hamstring. I can't really feel that muscle.
Oof, great. Get out, do some lunges. And when you do the lunges, put your hand on the connection between the glute and hamstring connection. And as you do that step, you'll feel that stretch and contraction. You'll feel that stretch and contraction. And then as you continue to diet down and get leaner and leaner, that contraction comes better and better and better. And then just start posing it. And it's just going to be trial and error, posing. But trust me, anybody here, it doesn't need to be just this guy's question here. I think everybody here needs to be able to contract the glute hamstring tie-in, flex it, and also flex the one side compared to the other side instead of both together. And then you got to be able to stretch it and then contract it without any weight. And this is also going to help you in the gym, my friends. Great questions, guys. You guys are absolutely devouring this today. This is a lot of clips.
Yeah. Would you want to play Escanor in more content?
100%. 100%. And I think we're going to have Jeffrey clip this and tell the crew that did my one. It's about time to make a new one, guys.
Best workout or advice for managing weak/bad knees in your mid-30s?
One more time.
Any advice for managing weak or bad knees in your mid-30s?
So, big one here, right? First of all, you're too young to have knee problems. So is there something going on with how you're doing lifting? Is this your family's genetics stuff? Is this you?
Yeah.
Do you want me to hold up? How are we doing? Yep. Is that better, guys?
A little better.
Okay. So, yeah, I'd make sure the form is right. Bring in some collagen. Think about PRP. Think about stem cell down at Rejuve Stem to start regenerating those knees as best you possibly can. Also, remember, nutrition is a big part of connective tissue. When you eat food, it's great because food heals the body, right? But it heals everything. It's not just, food isn't just for muscle. It's for everything. And so just keep that in mind. And when you're picking your foods, as you age too is a great thing. I'm okay with the young kid that doesn't eat his vegetables. I'm all right with that. You know, it's like, as long as he's getting his protein and some good carbohydrates and some healthy fats as a youngster, and he's doing it in an abundance, because when you're young, you should eat a lot. And then you want to change those foods as you get older. I think that's something that's missed compared to how everybody's gone over to this, hey, run away from food and just do fastings and stuff. It's like, no, man, food is still going to heal you. Just maybe pick different foods from your youth to your old age. But those are some of the things I recommend. Make sure that form is right. And when you're working out, think more of connective tissue instead of just bodybuilding. And what I mean, that metaphorically bodybuilding, the guy that goes in for the pump.
I've been bulking for years. Recently lost 30 pounds, 260 to 230, 6'1", 19% body fat. I look okay in my opinion. Keep cutting or bulk. No photo.
Well, you've been bulking for years, and so obviously you're cutting because you've just dropped 30 pounds, right? So I would say cut up. You've done the bulking for years. And this is for anybody here. Again, this is a great question. Thanks for doing this. And this is going to help everybody in the chat right now. My recommendation is the least amount of time to bulk is 9 months. But this is great that you've done it for a couple of years. You got some great size on you. I would slice up extreme and just go all the way until you are peeled to where you're not just, hey, I look good. Like that 19% is down to 5%. That's what I would do. And then get back in the off season. Great question.
Can you wish my cousin Elia a happy birthday? Where can they do that?
Elia, man, happy birthday here. But you guys, if you want a real one, just go over to Cameo. I've been doing that all morning today. Just giving people pep talks for the new year. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Some people are getting married. We did all that stuff over on Cameo. And the Cameo here is, Jeff will put the link up right there if you guys want a personal one. Did that thing just jump up out of the roof? Holy shnikes.
It's all over the place.
Look at that.
Who knows where it's at? It's everywhere. Hit that link, chat. And Mike will do a video roasting your best friend.
Do you guys, right? This is great. This is, you guys got the heavy person that needs to get going. I'll have to do a roast or something funny. You got the guy, I got one today. A guy skips leg day and his girlfriend got him the Cameo. And so I got to tease him a little bit about skipping leg day. Don't skip leg day.
Hit that link.
Man, is that the link? We got to fix that. That's an ugly ass link. Well, you can just search Cameo for Mike O'Hearn. You'll find me. Yeah. You don't need to get that last part there.
That's all their
tracking stuff. I got you.
Yeah, so they know where it came from.
Cameos. And boom.
Wait, why do you look like AI?
2 cameos just came in. Thank you, guys. I love this. That is great. Do I look like would you guys be freaked out if one day I just come on here and I just say, hey, I've been AI the whole time?
You're a cybernetic organism?
I am straight up T3. Is that what they are?
Yeah.
T1000? Give me another one.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a couple different ones for the people.
Oh, nice.
What's your biggest accomplishment throughout your career that you are very proud of?
My son.
Booyah.
My son. You know, different times, different stages. Early was, coming down saying I was going to do this and getting gladiators and cover shoots and winning the universe. But then 30 being on a TV show and having my dad right there, seeing his son smash people. So, all the training and wrestling and judo and stuff played out. So my parents could enjoy that. And then at this stage, my son.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned flex, and I agree. How do you feel about the potential of Andrew Jacked becoming possibly the next look for the future?
You could Google Mike O'Hearn's opinion on Andrew Jacked, and this is months and years ago. I said that I think he was going to be Mr. Olympia. Yeah, beautiful. Crazy.
That was
a long time. I said it a long time ago, and I would have been happy with him winning this year. Absolute. For me, it's just he walks on stage and he walks off stage. This guy's the representation of what I love about bodybuilding. I always, grew up with these guys, the Lee Haneys, the Barry DeMays, these guys that look like Greek gods, Arnold Schwarzeneggers. Yeah. And you meet them in person and you're just like, that, wow, that is a unique one in billions. Right. And Andrew Jacked is that. And he's a good guy too. I mean, they're all good guys, but Andrew's a really good guy that puts in the work and looks like a superhero. What do you guys think? I'd love to get your guys' feedback about Andrew compared to the others. Because I think the one thing for me is that I just like the guy that looks like a superhero. But to me, the comic book superheroes are athletic also. They're not just this, I always think of like a baby toddler, right? They're so big, but they just wobble. That to me is not bodybuilding.
Jeez.
And I've seen these kind of guys that they just like a little baby wobbling, you know, like Nurse Mike. He's just like, oh, that's not appealing.
Mike on Mike crime.
Mike on
I love it.
Yeah. I like the guys, and it's not the height. Lee Priest.
No, it's not the height.
Lee Priest is shorter than these guys, and he looks like a superhero. He still looks like a superhero.
Franco.
Danny Padillo, 5'2".
Yeah.
One of my favorites growing up.
Corny.
And gosh, I got tingles. Got to meet him and work out with him. You guys don't know the Giant Killer, but that's Danny Padillo. Sweet, sweet guy. And structure. This is, I think I realized when it got to the point where I went back, I was a gymnast very young. And I always liked gymnast physiques, their upper bodies, right? And now I've gone back to that point of there's gymnasts that I think, which I'm lucky that these guys follow me too. These Olympic gymnasts follow me, and we're going to team up. But that being beside this point, their bodies, their upper bodies, to me, look better than an open bodybuilder. I can go to an open bodybuilding show here in LA, and I'm like, nah, I don't personally like that physique over like the gymnast. There's a point where it's just absolutely you wreck the physique or the structure compared to you enhanced it and it looks great and you optimized it to the very best. Boy, that's going to get clipped, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bigger doesn't mean better. Better means better. That's it.
I just turned 40 and we started lifting about a year ago. Any tips for somebody my age who has to start back as a beginner? Yeah,
I think you're better, not better off, but great job on making this choice and doing this. I'm sorry, but you're going to hear a lot of taboo stuff, especially that you're 40, and you're going to be considered old. And 40 is actually man strength, old man strength. And this will be actually your peak of strength for you as a man. So don't shy away and don't start going to the side of the betas or the weak human where it's like, oh, just do light stuff and tons of reps. Don't put that mileage on your body without the benefit of the stress. You know, you're going to do what you want to do at this point, but you're going to hear that much more louder, I don't know what you would say, repetitive echo of don't go heavy, go light, go lots of reps, which is the actual opposite of what you want to do when it comes to weightlifting. You want to move a good amount of weight to cause stress to your body with the least amount of mileage. So good luck, congrats, good job making that choice to start.
How do you overtrain a muscle for delayed growth?
21s. Just ridiculous numbers with that combination of weights. Calves are one of the great ones to do. Did calves 5 sets, 20 reps, heavy, every single workout, every 6 days a week. Yeah, always smash it. And that was a tip from Arnold. And then, you know, I heard something from a great guest poser bodybuilder back when I was a teen. He talked about it on his shoulder days. And this guy had incredible shoulders. And he said after every workout, he would do 3 to 5 sets, 25 reps on the side laterals. That one exercise. And it gave him in his 20s great shoulders. So it's overstimulation for it. And so you hit that squats and you hit that 7 sets of 5 on just squats compared to your 3s or something. That's over. And then later, pull back completely and do the most minimal amount of work and let the body recover. It's a cool thing. Do it when you're young. Do it when you're young and stimulate a lagging body part and kick it into gear, I guess you would say.
Thoughts on clean and dirty bulking?
There's just bulking.
There it is.
Yeah, there's no thing as a dirty bulk. That's something that somebody made up. You're not giving yourself ice cream and Snickers bars to get the calories in to build stuff.
What?
No, that's not a thing.
What?
But who's that's the typical bro science kind of guys, or the 20-year-olds saying just eat whatever you want and stuff, and the 20 and 30s.
I hope no one's saying eat whatever you want.
You'll find the 40-year-olds and the 50-year-olds that look great will say that's not a thing. That's been made up in the last 10, 20 years. The closest thing I could say to you understanding that you're bulking is you got the red meats. You could put a little, something on your rice, a little sauce, but you're not doing a Snickers bar, or the ice cream bars.
We're talking about the ice cream.
Go for it.
What do you think of Arthur Jones's philosophy?
Great. Love Arthur. Those guys got this stuff right, man, back then. And I think you would understand this too, is like when people say Mike Mentzer, it's Arthur Jones.
Is cardio necessary after intense heavy lifting?
Well, for what reason? I mean, if you're dieting, then yeah, you still got to get it in after your intense lifting. If you're dieting down and slicing for a show or yourself, when I say show, I mean just you peaking the best you want to look. Yeah, you got to train it at that time. Now, if you're just saying that you're a person that goes in the gym and you train intense and it's for heart reasons, then I'd go back again. It's how old are you that you're that scared about your heart? And also, guys, there's enough information. There's enough information now to tell you that intense weight training is probably the greatest thing there is for heart. So that's my recommendation. But again, if you're one of these people that are hypochondriacs, that the Gregs get all scared about, you got to do cardio and you're 20 and you're scared about it, then I guess you go do your cardio, my friend. He's got you scared. He's going to get you to go do it.
Hey, Mike, I'm 15. I'm a tight end, and I bench 235, squat 315, weigh 186. Any tips?
First off, welcome. I love that you're 15 and you're focused. Nice job on the numbers. I'm good with that. How tall are you? And you're going through your growth spurt right now, but you're a tight end. So you could be, at 15, you could be possibly like I was, a 6'2" kid at 15. Or we just met this 13-year-old that was 6'4" at wrestling, 6'4", 250. 13 years old. These kids are big. I love it. Tips for you. It is all about the food right now. And me and Heath Evans, who played 10 years in NFL as a fullback, he and I were one of the big things that we did when we were going through school at this stage is we were a peanut butter kind of guy. We'd have our peanut butter sandwiches. I would have my whole milk. And in between classes, I would be eating. I was a D end. I weighed 275 at 15. And so it's the food. It's the food. I love your numbers. Don't stress about your numbers so much, especially at 15. Don't stress about those numbers. If you can, don't worry about the singles. Worry about the triples at 15, okay? I would rather you do whatever that number is. Like you said, you can squat 315 at 186. Great job. You're the 1%. Most people can't squat 315. And you're already doing it at 15. So try to get that number up to 3 reps and then keep raising that weight. I want you safe. I want you athletic and I want you growing. Okay. Nice job, man. And feel free to tag me on Instagram on your football and your training.
Mike, I stopped training in July. I started back Monday. I'm weak, look terrible. How long until I'm back to where I was? I was about 195. Now I'm 175.
Memory muscle is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Comes right back. Just stay on that nutrition plan. You'll be back there before you know it, my friend. And you're going into the new year. But just the start and stop. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you were injured or just life hit you. For anybody here, this is, again, a great question for everybody that's in the chat. Don't start and stop. Get it in somehow. Get it in. You know, don't turn that 1 week into 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or months. Stay consistent the very best you possibly can. Don't give that out. Again, this isn't a moment. This isn't a moment kind of thing. This is going to be a lifetime commitment to you taking care of your incredible gift of your body. Man, these are all clips today, man.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts on energy drinks?
I like caffeine. I like energy drinks. I love them. That's my point of view on them. I love them. I like caffeine. I think Andrew Herberman even talked about it. And Andrew's a great guy and a very health-related guy, and he does a lot of this stuff for just the health benefits of it. And he takes in, what, 800 milligrams?
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's, yeah.
A little low dose.
Yeah, it is a low dose. For me, for you, no. But yeah, I love them. I love them.
Mike,
No, it's okay.
Mike, any tips on keeping your skin clear?
Lotion. From a young age, don't stop. Sun, and also sun. Stay away from the sun. Sunblock. I was that kid that the mother said, hey, before you go out there, light-skinned boy, put that sunblock on. And I've always done sunblock. It's one of those silly things that you do when you're 9, 10 years old and you're still doing it as I am. Keeps it healthy.
Who was the biggest influence growing up?
The desire to be different and to be able to do what I do for a lifetime. It wasn't an individual, because I got to meet I got to meet the top tier of everything at such a young age, and they all gave me something, but I still had that desire to be a connection of a lot of it. I didn't want to be a bodybuilder and just that. I didn't want to be just a power lifter and just that. I didn't want to be just athletic and just that. I wanted to be a combination of all of it. And then more than that, I wanted to be able to train. That's, I think, the one thing. I love the training. Cool the show. Cool the tournament and cool the meet. All that stuff is fun. Cool the gladiators. All that's fun. It's the training. I freaking love it. I think Arnold just put up something, and I agree with him. He says when he gets on his bike and, you know, he gets dropped off at a hotel in Santa Monica, he gets on his bike and he rides to the gym in the mornings, And you're talking about a guy that's mid 70s and he's lifted his whole life. And he says the world is black and white to him. And then he gets his workout in and he rides his bike back to Santa Monica and the world is colorful. Now, again, that's just, it's just a metaphor, or I don't know what else you would call that, but it's just a beautiful metaphor. And I can understand it. Is that for me also, I wake up in the morning and I feel like, you know, a Highlander. I'm the only one awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I go to the gym and I do this battle. And then on the drive home, I'm like, the world is just waking up. And I'm like, the sun's coming up and you're just like, I conquered. Everything else is easy. So I know that kind of went, but hopefully that helped some of you here in the chat today.
What are you doing for optimal sleep, whether you're on prep or just chilling?
Prep is hard. For anybody here, when you're in the diet and the sleep is off, that's how the kind of body works. And I always talk about when I'm off season, I'll do a good 8 ounces to a pound of fruit close to bedtime. And it just, I sleep. Oh, I'm deep sleep. But prep, it's tough. And so I incorporate in a lot of supplementation during that time. From Titan Medical, I do Titan Z's, Serenity, Titan Serenity. And so there is stuff that you can take that don't medicate you. That's the one thing you don't want to do. Just take your vitamins, you know, your magnesium and stuff to help you get that sleep when you're in prep. And again, if anybody's here and not in prep and you got bad sleep, I would make sure to take care of that, because that's probably nutrition or something. You should be sleeping in the off season really well. But during prep, when you're not as much food, you're burned off everything. Yeah, it's tough to stay asleep because your body wants that nutrients and you've already burned it off before you even go to bed.
Do you think I can still gain muscle lifting even with my spine being fused? I can still move arms, legs, and I just can't twist or bend my back.
Yeah, just remember, food is what's going to put that on there. The stimulant will be the weightlifting, right? So as long as you're eating right and you're taking in a good surplus of calories and you're getting into the gym and stimulating the body, you're going to put on muscle, kiddo. And here's the thing. You have desire to do it and you got a fused back. There's people that don't train and then they decide, okay, maybe when I'm 40, I'm going to finally start training. But now they got bad knees from sitting down, doing nothing, being at a desk all their life. Their backs are all thrown out. I believe that you can do better than that person that's been just lazy. So you got that desire to get in there and put the work in. So yeah, I see you doing it. And that's as an individual. And then everybody else can use that as a metaphor for those that are lazy and not doing it and thinking, oh, my body's fine until I'm 40 and then I'll start lifting. It's deteriorating, guys. You don't use it. It's going the other way. Body don't work that way.
I literally grew up on your memes.
I love it.
That's funny. Imagine.
Imagine that. You're 3 years old.
I mean,
Wait a minute. What it started in 20?
Yeah.
I don't know when it started, but it did start during lockdown.
Could be like 7 now.
Yeah.
8 now.
How are you on the computer at 7 years? Well, Titan's on. Wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
I'm 3 generations deep.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
I love it.
The young ones got the phones. What's the biggest change you made in your lifestyle after turning 40?
Time. Less time playing. More focused time. I would say that would be it. That's the only thing. When it comes to training, minute. I feel the body better. I play a better game of chess with my body during the workouts. And so that changed. It's just me understanding my body. And it's funny. I look back at videos of me lifting just 20 years ago. And I see the changes that I did then to now. And it's amazing that I'm looking back to 20 years ago when I was an absolute monster, but I'm using the same weights, but I'm moving it so much more precise and slow. So it's a wild thing to see. It's a wild thing to see. Let's go a couple more, guys.
Couple more. How to avoid loose skin during weight loss.
Well, the skin will tighten up depending on how much you're dropping. And again, for anybody here, it's a great question. Here's the thing. Don't wait to get in shape. Don't let that heaviness sit on you. Don't do that. I blow up to 300 pounds and then sit there for 10 years. Your body adapts, your skin adapts to that range. And so when you do diet, you're going to have this extra skin. I don't want that for anybody. So make sure that those times that you do go in the off season, you do that 9 months to a year, and then you get back in shape and see where that body is. So for you, you got your collagen, you got your peptides you're taking, you got your lotion that you're putting on there. You got to give it time. Your skin is behind your body droppage. So give it time to catch up, and then continue. And I would, at this stage, slice up to your peak performance and then stay there for a bit. Let that skin catch up to you and take care of it. Take everybody here. I know you guys I talk about joints a lot, but my number one thing is take care of your skin. Take care of your skin. I just saw a video of the young Hobbit, and he was in his mid 40s and he already had loose skin. And I was like, wait a minute, you're a bodybuilder. How would that be? It's like, take care of your skin. You guys, no matter how great you look when you're older, that skin's going to tell you everything. It's going to tell you how you did things wrong. And you're out there going, no, I did this. No, man, that skin's everything. Take care of it. Make sure that you keep it lubed. Mm-hmm. Do the P. Diddy. Do Diddy up, man. Get that oil.
That Buffalo Bill. Put the lotion on the skin.
You guys are killing it today.
Do you believe in nutrient time? Do you believe nutrient timing matters / meal frequency, or total macros matter more?
The time that you eat your meals. You need to be eating 2 to 3 hours. I don't know what you mean by your nutrients, unless you're saying food. Yeah. It's time. It's not Here's the great thing. I love that I learned this as a youth before the incredible overload of information. During my time, it was, hey, this is how much protein you can get in every couple hours. And the number was around 30 grams, right? And if you're a bigger guy, maybe you could take in a little bit more. And so I grew up with that mindset. And I love that mindset because that's how babies, when you first have a baby, you feed that thing every hour, 2 hours, constantly for 24 hours a day for years. That's what you do. And that's what we did. And I think that's another reason why Titan is going to get to his peak performance. But that being said, somewhere along the line, people started saying, no, it doesn't matter every 2 hours. You can have 250 grams of protein at 9 o'clock at night before you go to bed, and you're fine because that's the macro intake that you're supposed to, or the calorie. And I'm like, how did we go from drip feeding, the IV, just a little bit through the day so your body has time to utilize that 30 to 40 to 50 grams of protein every couple hours, to going, no, you can just get that 250, 300 grams at one meal and you're fine. It's like, that's an odd thing to me. That's an odd thing that there's somewhat intelligent people out there saying that. That one, that's a fumble. And congratulations to anybody that can, and this is what I would say, if your body can actually take in 250 to 300 grams of protein in one meal and utilize it, holy shit, dog, why aren't you doing 4 of those through the day, taking 1,000 grams of protein? You'll be the guy that's gaining a pound of muscle every single day because your body can utilize that calories at that one point. And it's like, I mean, that's common sense. That's not going to happen. So stay with the IV approach, taking that nutrients throughout the day. You know, you don't get to be Robbie Robinson coming up with shortcuts like that. That stupid shit of, hey, I got to just do the one meal a day. And what you're doing too is you guys are taking the one individual that's trained for 40 years, right? And he looks freaking great. And he's a good 230-pound guy. And he looks great. And then suddenly at 45 or 50, he changes his thing to a one meal a day. Are you just bypassing that he put this 40 years of work in before that and built that muscle? Because if you're doing that and saying that he's the one individual and that's going to be basing off all your information, you're an idiot. Muscle is a beautiful thing and it's easy to keep. It's hard to build. And especially if you build that muscle for years and decades, you're pretty set up to where you can retain that muscle off of very little. And so what's happening now is that they're taking the one individual, I don't know what they call that, you know, oh no, I know a guy at cherry picking, and the one guy going, that's how he eats. He didn't for 40 years. He didn't for 50 years. And now he switched to that. And it's easy to keep that. So don't fall into that. Diddy up.
Diddy up. Chad loves the diddy up.
The Hobbit should have diddied up way earlier.
The Israel video he put out was based. They love that.
Well, when you just look at the individual and go, yeah, you're not too bright. No, but I am. Okay, congratulations.
How do you balance being a dad with the gym?
Oh, I don't balance it. There's no balance. Zero balance, my friends. The gym is priority. 100%. They're going to go ahead and clip that. Listen, you're on a plane. The masks come down because of the air or whatever. The plane's going crazy. You put it on first. Then you put the kid's mask on. That's how I do life. Unless I'm healthy, unless I'm rocking and rolling, unless I can tussle, I'm not going to be a good dad.
He can walk his ass to sleep.
He can Uber this stuff by now. Right. Come on, you're 6. Get a job.
Like a chest day.
Yeah. One more question.
One more banger, chat.
I'm drinking way too much water. I got to the restroom. So talk to me.
Right. Boom. Well, there was a. Where was that at? Here it is. How to preserve the ligaments when you're older, 40, and still want to train your strength. What is the best routine or sort of plan to optimize the results without injury?
Power bodybuilding. Remove injury. Remove injury from the statement. Injury is not a thing. You can get injured walking off a curb and break your ankle. You just do the very best you can. But what I will say is the best way to retain as much healthiness to the ligaments, my power bodybuilding plan.
There it is, folks.
Give me another one.
One more for the people? Have you incorporated any new ranges of motion lifts in recent years?
Yeah. I never did slant boards on squats.
Yeah.
So that's a very new one within the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I did do a foot up bodybuilding style, but the slant boards are even more so.
That's good.
Here's a cool thing about life. And I was wearing my Letterman's jacket the other day because the representation is some of the things on my Letterman's jacket I was already winning in 1983, 84. You know, we're playing football and winning state champs and all that. And so I wore the jacket to represent that the cool thing is decades later, and you're saying, what new kind of things? It's like, man, if you can stay true to your 20 self, lift like you did when you were an absolute monster or state champ, that's pretty cool to be able to do for decades. And so I recommend everybody here, continue to push forward, continue to be the very best you possibly can through life. So don't think because you're a certain age or something like that, you've got to be a deterioration of yourself on the earlier years. And watch out for those guys that are preaching, this is how you do it. Man, there's such a few. Stan Efferdin looks incredible. You know, he looks better now than he did when he was in high school. Robbie Robinson, they're showing you, there's tons. Terry Crews, there's tons of guys that are out there that are showing you, Frank Grillo, Stallone, that you can still be an absolute unit way past your 30, 40-year-old self. So just keep that in mind, guys. Do we have a banger? If we don't got a banger.
I think that was pretty good.
Guys, thanks for hanging out today. I'm going to have Jeffrey clip this last part here.
Yep.
Why not, right?
Hit that shit or what?
Well, we're going to try to hit this shit. We're going to attempt to do a little something here, ladies and gentlemen, because we are going into the new year, right? We are getting ready for this. And this is for everybody. These are for you guys at home right now. But the new Power Bodybuilding program is out. We are walking in to the new year. We have 2 weeks, right? We got a week until Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. We have 2 weeks till the new year. Let's work together. Let's rock and roll. Let's get into the Power Bodybuilding new app, start the program, and let's all take this training to another level. For you youngsters, you beginners, you 40, 50-year-olds, this is the plan for you guys to join me, hang out with me, train with me in the same plan that I'm doing, still getting better today. And that's the ultimate goal for you guys. If you're going in there and you're confused or you're not confused, you want a plan that actually gets you strong and builds muscle, this is it. I'll see you in there. Titan Crew, check it out.